Well, the stage is being set for something more. Convoy rally attracts Trump fans, MAGA supporters, and decries what's going on at the border. Texas border is slammed by the community. The community does not want the Texas convoy there. A rally for border security is fears of invasion, civil war. The border convoy is in calamity. It's in its final stages. Far-right convoy protesting. Take our border back, quote unquote, is a mess. Now, is that true, and why am I reading that? Let's jump into it as we talk about this video, about the convoy, about the border, and really how dangerous it really is. It truly is for conservatives to be there. Very good thing, but be careful. Let's jump into it. Today's video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. Hey, look, remember I'm wearing the Awake Not Woke shirt from our store. If you want to support us, you can. The bonfire link is below. We have some phenomenal shirts there. Some more spiritually towards Easter and Christmas, and then some dealing with gardening and homesteading, and then some for freedom and patriots. So check the store below. It's a great store. It has some great options there. Now let's jump into the video. The video about what's truly going on. Now, I believe the Texas convoy is a great thing. I think it's a wonderful way of showing support for what's happening. However, as we talked about, I think this Eagle Pass situation, it looks good, it sounds good. I hope that Texas will take over their whole border and send people to secure it all, and I hope the other states will do like side, because again, you know, the path that leads resistance, more people are just going to go around what they're building in one location. But I do kudos to Texas. I pray that they will just keep on furthering what they're doing. Now, the real point of this video, though, is this. The convoy is getting complete hate from legacy media, getting complete hate from some of the biggest proprietors of left-leaning news, even to independent influencers like ourselves. But what's happening is they're already setting a stage to almost emulates and mirrors what happened. So I think we need to be very, very careful. Now, there's already other news showing that, you know, there's people down there. They know who's there. It's the far right. It's the MAGA. They're going to always personify it as this was a Trump rally. This was a far right leaning rally, and it has no good. Eagle Pass people don't want them there. They're causing mischief. Now, is any of that true? No. But if the narrative is pushed that way, what are people going to believe? Especially if all they're still watching is mainstream news and reading mainstream narratives. Now, I'm going to read from a platform that is not left-leaning. It says, Freedom Convoy arrives at the U.S. southern border while Biden drops bombs on the Middle East, meaning his focus is not even on the border, it's on making new war efforts in the Middle East. The Take Back Our Border convoy reached Texas-Mexican border on Friday night to show support for the Texas government in the ongoing standoff with radicals in the Biden administration over its disastrous open border policies that is now triggering more problems throughout cities all across America. Dozens of videos posted on social media platforms shows that the convoy of trucks arriving at Cornerstone's Children Ranch in Texas late Friday night, the area located a quarter mile from the U.S.-Mexican border. Take Back Our Border leader Dr. Pete Chambers and Senate candidate Ben Luna from New Mexico joined the news and warned about the out-of-control migrant invasion that's plunging our country into chaos, dealing with fentanyl, dealing with trafficking, and so forth. But here's what I want you to look at. Legacy corporate media automatically started bashing the working class Americans who wanted common sense border security. Remember, here's the thing that the conservatives and really the more staunch Republicans have on our side. All we're doing is saying, Biden, please just follow the law of the land. Just follow every other law that a country would have dealing with sovereign borders. Just follow what you have in place. Americans are figuring out that corporate media is not their friend. 3 more headlines. Far-right convoy protesting migrant crisis. The Take Back Our Borders already a complete and utter chaos and mess. Texas border showdown is a far-right magnet, warned the news media. So we see the fact that you're hearing convergence. The convoy is going down there to cause issues. That's all a farce. But legacy media is pushing that narrative because they want to go ahead and set the stage for what could happen. So a few things. If you're going down there, I think it's awesome. Keep doing. But remember, even if your phone is off, if you have a regular phone, smartphone, you are still being pinged and they know exactly where that phone's at. So remember that just in case something goes wrong. If you don't have your phone, I wouldn't take your phone. I'd buy a burner phone that you can take the battery out, so that way you can be a little bit more inconspicuous. Also, be careful of being the first one, always showing yourself in any situation, any camera views, because you're going to be the ones hated against. Now, I hope nothing happens, but Biden is looking for a bad guy, a quote-unquote bad guy, to replace himself and Kamala Harris. He's looking for a scapegoat. And yes, Mayorkas, I believe, is going to be the one thrown under the bus when it comes to the administration and the cabinet position. But I believe what's going to happen is they're going to look for the bigger stars, the bigger influencers, the bigger pushers of this border issue. I believe they're going to look for them to put all the blame on. You already hear the fact that since the Republicans and the House are saying we're not voting for this border bill that Biden is wanting and Schumer is wanting, because it gives amnesty, it gives leniency for a few thousand a month, ableness to come in a month with no problems and do just what they're doing. So the bill does nothing, and actually it gives funding again to Ukraine. So here's what you're hearing from the Democrat side. They're saying, well, look, Republicans are not wanting to secure your border. They're wanting it to look chaotic to help Trump. And all the while, what they're doing is they're passing the narrative that now the Republicans are against the border bill. Don't listen to it. Don't just hear the fact that it's a quote-unquote border bill. It's not. It is a bill that is going to benefit the leftist ideology and open the borders for more and more people to come in. It is a complete and utter farce. Here's some quotes, and this is from people who are there. It says, "The eyes of the world are on Texas now," which could be a good thing or a bad thing, so be careful. "Now more than ever, it is required to us to stand up and fight for what is right, because it's unconscionable. It's treasonous. What our federal government is doing is actually sanctioning an invasion, a foreign invasion of our country." That's what Palin said when she was down there for the rally that they were hosting. But here's a few things. That is all true. What she said was exactly true. It's treasonous, and it's a complete invasion to control the new voting bloc and control the new congressional bloc to pretty much be a majority always for the Democrats. But what we don't realize is because the view is all on Texas, you're going to be over-scrutinized if you're there. You're going to be over-scrutinized in the convoy. So please be cautious of that. Be wary of that. If you've got bad players, get them out. Oust them out. And push away from them, because they could be people who are infiltrating something that is good. So I hope that you're paying attention, and I hope that the leaders of this learn something from J6. I hope they learn something from the Canadian situation. I hope that they can say, you know what, we're gonna build a better alliance. I guess that's what I'm saying. The convoy aims to send a message to the federal government about the invasion that has been facilitated by the administration. That is so true. I want you to listen to a quote. I'm gonna see if I can find it right quick. Back in 2020, before Biden actually went into office, he made a comment that said, basically, I'm going to make every effort to put all emphasis on legalizing some of the immigrants that are here, the ones that are not actually come in as legalized citizens. His goal back right before he was elected was to legalize new citizenship, millions that were here. So he already had this plan in before he went in. Democrats are very good at planning and very good at community awareness and very good at controlling the narrative. Republicans suck at that, by the way. But his plan was to do just what it's doing. Does it matter if Biden goes down as the worst president in history? No. He's an old man. He'll probably not be on this earth much longer. But if his camp and his people behind him make this go through, and they can be successful in passing these laws, successful on bringing in more people, they've done exactly what the Democrats wanted. And for their party, he's like a superhero. He's destroying America, destroying the border, destroying the fact of having a sovereign country, but he's building the narrative they want to full control. So be careful. I think it's a great thing to show support for Texas. I've been saying it you know, on this vlog for the last month and a half that they've been talking about this. But I want whoever goes down there to be very, very conscientious that you are going to be over scrutinized. Legacy media is watching you completely and making you out to be the bad guys. You're not. Everybody knows that. But if they can convince enough people, just like they did with 2020, just like they did with J6, just like they did all over, then they control the narrative. Be very, very careful, because we're the ones that got the bad name when it wasn't really anything to do with true conservatism. Double standards. We talked about that in a video not too long ago. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming along with us and listening to us daily. I hope that you will share this content. I hope that you will give us a thumbs up, comment below, because that does help us. And I humbly thank you for being a part of this community. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.
No, I don't want to waste my time.